Start with your name and when you played with the Knights.
Okay. I'm George Corradino. I was with the Knights 2 years, 1955 to 57, and joined the band as a third alto player under Jimmy Newbern. And the second year, I was the leader of the band and fronted the band. We had a lot of gigs back then in the 50s. We played mostly the college circuit within several hundred miles. Good band. We slid into the tenor band movement when Woody Herman came out with the Four Brothers. My second year on the band, several of the guys began to write good arrangements of tenor lead, not in the Mickey Mouse type library, but in the jazz library, taken after the Four Brothers of the Woody Herman band. And guys like Carol Cunningham and Rick Bell and Sonny and Keith McFeeters. Great sax section. In fact, the whole band was just really neat. Tommy Goff doing the jazz trumpet playing and Ronnie Brett's lead trumpet. A lot of just great memories of that wonderful band. We never had any tragedies that I can speak of, except for the bus breaking down about every third or fourth trip. But we took advantage of that. I can recall going to Gainesville to play at the University of Florida and the bus breaking down on the way. And so while we're waiting for somebody to come and fix it, we just set up on the side of the road, have a jam session, pull out the charts, whatever. And I heard Jack Drescher talking about the bus coming down the hill. We played at the club in Birmingham many times, which has quite a mountain climb. To get up there wasn't too much of a problem, but coming down, we never knew if the brakes were going to give out, because if they did, it'd be kind of hard to stop that old bus. The buses, as you know, were rejects from the bus industry. But anyhow, we had great times, wonderful musicians, great friends, and every Friday afternoon, the guys had to jump on the bus. Just about most of our gigs were out of town. I think pay in that time was something like $12.50 to play a 4-hour gig, and that didn't count all the traveling to get there and get back home in the middle of the night. We did convert the bus into a sleeper bus, and as a result, the guys were able to at least sleep on the way home, except for hopefully keeping some sober drivers. And we always had a co-pilot with the driver just in case. But we had great memories. I enjoyed playing with the band. It was my pleasure to front the band. And since then, the biggest pleasure is to see the band continuing and to do its usual good job as a compliment to all of the old timers.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any special gigs that stick out in your memory, or special because of circumstances or where you played?
Nothing musically. We did a battle of the bands with the Cavaliers from Alabama in Montgomery in the Coliseum, which was a fun, exciting type of gig to be competing. I recall every time we went into Mobile, we all had to have a union card, and whenever we went into Mobile, the Secretary of the Union was always there waiting on us to collect his tax. I don't recall any unpleasant incidents at all. They were just all fun gigs. We looked forward to playing. We took off, as I say, Friday afternoon. Sometimes we get home till Sunday, but we had a lot of fun doing it. It was a real pleasure, of course, to see many of our members go on to play with other really well-known bands, and some really making a good living in New York and Las Vegas, LA, to get into the recording circuits. We played a lot of gigs where they picked up musicians in town when the leader'd come in with his suitcase of coats and bring his lead trumpet player and drummer, and we'd be the fill-in band. So a lot of things like that just were fun. I know the band, I didn't have the pleasure to do this, but I know some of our bands accompanied some of the great people like Sinatra and whatever at one time or another, and it made me proud to be part of that heritage.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you. That is
Okay,
wonderful.
was that